Is that better? I bet you guys can hear me now. I've just been talking for the past 10 minutes here. And I've been talking to myself. Okay, so we'll start with so it looks like the latency. You can hear me now. Okay. Yeah, so it looks like the latency problem is being solved. So let me start at the beginning. I re-downloaded Java to my computer, and then I went to Bookmap, and they upgraded me to a better version of, or a newer version of Bookmap. And the old version of Bookmap was only allowing me to use 2 to 4 gigabytes of RAM, and I have 16 gigs available to use. So the new version automatically provides them with 4 gigs to run Bookmap. So there shouldn't be any issues with Bookmap at this point crashing. And then I called my internet service provider, and they upgraded me to the fiber type connection. So supposedly I've got the best internet I can get. So this should work at this point, and it looks like on from what my monitor is saying that my YouTube is within a minute right now. You guys are the delay right now is less than a minute. So this should be a better setup. Yeah, so let's talk about this stuff. So let's start with there's a few things you guys got to understand. Right now, what's going on, just at a baseline, is you still have consolidation in the markets. You look at something like SPY over here, and you still have, well, we're down on buyers right now, but it's even Steven on buyers. Basically, the market's moving sideways. We're not catching a bid on popular tickers to expand volatility. So you've got a compression of volatility right now in the market, which means it's going to go sideways. Means that buyers are replacing sellers. And until the market has a direction, I'm assuming that the market's waiting for the banks to place their hedging. Then we'll find that the rest of the buyers and sellers will decide if they're going to go long or short this market, which will expand volatility in the market, so we can make some moves. Now, on a more granular level, you can play individual tickers. If you see expansion, you want to be seeing calls or puts that are dated farther than this Friday. So you'll see some of that in Flow Algo. I've posted some of that today. MU is one of those tickers. But otherwise, if everyone's playing the same 480 calls expiring Friday, you're not going to see any movement in the market. So basically, it's just sideways right now. That same thing is happening in Tesla. Everyone's buying the dip down at 1040, 1050, 1070, 1080, 1090, and then you've got a wall above it at 1100 and 1120. And none of the call flow that I've seen on Tesla is outside the money either. There's no put flow that's outside the money. All the put flow is in the money. All the call flow is in the money. All of it is expiring this Friday, which is not good enough. It just lends more credence to the compression of volatility in the market. Now, as an example, slightly different is MU. You can see that the hero indicator is much higher here. You've got a rating of 96.53. It's been like that all day long. That's a very good for MU. Their wall is at 100, and they're just grinding through 97. That's what's been happening all day long. My assumption for what we have in front of us for data is that whether it happens today or tomorrow, that there should be a push to 100 at some point today. Now, if you guys are tracking call flow out there, we've talked about what you're looking for. You're looking for calls or puts. So if you started to see puts that were outside the money, dated into January, February, March, if you started to see call flow that was dated at 500, 520, 530, that would start to lend expansion to the market. So what you're just seeing is you're seeing this grind take place Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. The only fear that I have at this point would be that this continues in the popular retail tickers into Thursday, Friday. If that's the case, you'll see us slowly drift down. Though there is an idea in the market that JPM is not selling calls above, that they're actually buying. So if they're buying, if they put 10, 15 billion into this market, it should go up. Now, with the hedges falling off, there will be some weakness from that. It could be temporary over the weekend. We talked about Friday into Monday. But of course, no one's doing anything. It's this feedback. It's like the feedback loop again. It's all retail are playing the same stocks as the hedge funds. The hedge funds are playing the same stocks as the banks. And then we're playing ETFs based on ETFs. And so everybody knows where we are in the market, and no one's willing to take some risk in either direction. And where does that leave us? It leaves us in a part of the market where we're just going to go sideways, which sucks, unless you're playing the individual tickers. Now, I did just post on Twitter the expanded call flow on MU. It's the #1 call flow in the market today as far as flow algo is concerned. The second best call flow is Apple, then Tesla. But when you're looking at this call flow, there's no expansion in it. Like there's no risk being put on. Neo has some call flow. They've got 8 orders at $1.4 million. Nvidia's got some dip buying. XLF's got some buying. There's one nice one I like here. It's SRPT. SRPT. They have a February 18th 100 call. You want it for $800,000. So like you see stuff like that, and that helps the expansion on an individual ticker. But we really are looking for more flow than we're seeing today. So who does that benefit? Who does that benefit? It benefits anyone trading condors, butterflies. It benefits anyone that's in spreads that are in the money. So if we talked about spreads on Sunday and Monday. So if you'd opened up, let's say, an in the money call spread, you should be fine heading into this Wednesday or Friday expiry and that stuff. Now I've got some straddles out there, or I've got a straddle left out there on the SPY for depending on which direction it goes in, and I'll add to whichever side ends up printing as we head forward. Yeah. If you guys have any tickers as a group that you want me to put up, I will. Easy to lose money. Theta Gang's winning. Fun times. AMD looks like it's dropping. Yeah, I can bring up AMD if you want. I'll show you guys AMD. Plus, I want to run this through the motions here and see if we get any more crashing. I'd really like to see if this setup is going to work. It's pretty good right there, right? 148. We'll let this kick in here. Let this load up. Yeah, give me just a few minutes. Let this all kick in and start doing its thing. You got support down here at 145.09 on AMD. You have a slightly better, slightly more buyers than callers. One bad thing you're looking at here is that this hero indicator is not positive for AMD. Got a small wall above it, 152, 154 is a big wall. Take a look at a bigger level. This might help you here too. You have lots of resistance above at 160 and 165. I think we talked about 160 being the wall the other day. I think on Monday or Tuesday we said 160 was the wall on AMD. Is this much better, right? Yeah, I had to, I had to update Java. That was based on Man for Markets recommended that, so I did that. Then I had to go through Bookmap support, and that took like an hour and a half to do a bunch of upgrades. And then I had to upgrade my internet from my internet speed was great. It was like 300 megabytes per second or something, but I upgraded it to a gigabyte. So one like the giga speed or something, fiber. So I just upgraded to fiber or something, whatever they think fiber is, or whatever bullshit they're selling. So I upgraded that. We'll do Snap next. Everything's better. Yeah, we'll work out the kinks. This is all new for us, right, as a group. So I promise you guys, we'll get this thing hammered out, get it pimping. It's just gonna take some time to work out the kinks and all that kind of stuff. But I appreciate you being patient with me, and we'll make sure we get this rolling properly. Yeah, and the latency is not bad. The latency is 1 minute, so that's pretty reasonable. It was dragging out to like 5 to 10 minutes earlier. So, and we're into the stream now for a little bit. So this is getting better. Bit of a pullback at MU, going to likely hold my calls. Yeah, I would stay in calls at MU. It's all around. All the signs are pointing towards MU moving towards that 100. The only issue that I had with MU was that some of the calls on MU were in the money. They were like the 95 calls, but there is some expansion in people buying the 100 calls and some 115 calls into January and February. And you really want to see that. You want to see like calls into January, calls into February. When you start to see that, it's healthy for a stock or even an ETF. So I'm very, very bullish right now on MU as a ticker. And let me get some water. Could you get Daddy some water, please? Thank you, Lovey. You okay? All right. I love you. So yeah, so MU has great expansion. I think I'll post another one here on MU for just a second here. I want to show you guys why you're looking for, like, the structure that you're looking for. There's a bunch of Q's calls coming in, but like everything I'm seeing coming in, all the like everything coming in SPY and the Q's is all dated for 12/29, 12/31, all in the money. And when you have MU having nice expansion in dates, expansion in, I don't know. Yeah, I'm gonna do another one for you guys right now. Check this one that I post right now on Twitter, and then you can see what I'm saying. You can then understand my point behind you have to see this stuff for volatility or an increase in trading range, right? This applies to if it was puts, you want to. Thank you, Lovey. Thanks for the water. It's delicious. So I'm going to post this right now on Twitter, and you can see that there's breadth on the ticker itself. You're going to see that there's calls for February, calls for January, calls for right now. And that means that people believe it's going up. And what does that mean? It means that the dealers have to hedge for that inevitability that MU is going up. It means that they're going to buy physical shares of MU to hedge against the price moving up to 100, the price moving up to 115. If everybody's buying SPY at 480, they don't have to hedge, the dealers don't have to hedge that. So, and we're just not seeing that in a lot of tickers right now. So we have to drill down and find out which tickers are getting that expansion. So if you have your own flow software out there, you want to be looking for multiple high algo score options trades and more equity buying But options trades that are dated farther out, dated at higher numbers, and that goes for the same on puts too. You're looking for that as well on the indexes and on individual tickers. So MU to me, will go to 100. I don't know how long it'll take to go to 100, but I think it's going to 100. And or at least if I'm going to put some risk on, this is the one that I'd be putting some risk on. The hero indicator has been blasting all day long on the positive side. So that's one that I'm picking. AMD, it's not AMD really wasn't showing anything positive on it today. You do have more buyers, but the hero indicator, if the hero indicator stays down over time, that could be inferring that there'll be a larger dip coming down the road for it. Let me bring up AMD on my screener. Yeah. And then we'll do Snap next. Just a few minutes, okay, sweetheart? And I'm gonna leave one of these screeners up for these guys. Ooh, I do like Snap right now. I like this consolidation on Snap. I like the idea of Snap too. The hedging coming off Snap. I've got a list of tickers that I'm working on a list for Sunday for what I'm going to track into 2022 to buy. I haven't bought any stock in some time. Okay, so Snap, your wall right now is at 51.50. You can see that you've got a minor wall at 51. It starts at 50.88. Your next minor resistance is at 59.41 and major resistance at 65. I like Snap right now, to be honest with you. It's got great hero. It's got more sellers. It doesn't surprise me. It looks like you do have, like in a traditional chart, you could draw a trend line that you've got to wear out some sellers on that resist. You got that nice resistance right there. Makes me think that it's short time players in Snap, and I haven't seen much in terms of 3, 6, 5 month calls on Snap. I really want to see a cascade of that stuff. I'll put that back here for you. You guys can always pause and then refresh your page and come back to the current feed. I'm going to unsubscribe from this one. I'm going to leave the MU feed up, I think, for today for you guys, so that I'm going to leave, for right now, I'm going to leave the MU feed up because it is from all indicators the one that should be going up. So I'm going to leave this one up so that because all signs are pointing towards MU going up. It's the ticker that we've been talking about all morning. There's no movement on the SPY or Tesla. Let's see what you guys are talking about. What's my time frame on for Snap? Okay, so let's talk about this for a minute. So right now I'm spending time on FinViz trying to identify stocks to look at for like a basket of stocks to track into 2022. And then I'm trying to figure out what I think 22 holds for us. So I have to put together. I'm waiting for the hedges to come out myself. I want to see what the hedges are on the 31st, or not 31st, but on the 30th and 31st. I want to see what the big banks are thinking we're going to do in the new year. I want to listen to a couple other guys out there with what they think the medium and long-term projections are. This isn't the volatility projections either that VolWiz was talking about, because you can't predict that stuff. It's all unknown stuff. There's so many unknown events that you don't know about, right? But you have to take in risk events that we know coming in. Joe Donut and I a few minutes ago were talking about, you've got the midterm elections we got to think about. We got to think about tapering. We have to think about rate increases. We have to think about all the cacophony of the CNBCs and the social medias, the hedge funds, what they're telling you is going to happen, right? And from all that crap, we have to deduce where the play will actually be this year. So I'm looking at these stocks, wondering when and at what price we want to buy them, where bottom is for some of these stocks. If we can get a basket of 1 to 300 stocks, my plan would be this. If between now and the first of the year, if I could get together somewhere between 100 and 300 stocks, right? We chart them out and we set an alert program on them on TradingView. What we could do is, I think I can do this. I think that on TradingView, what I could do is I can chart these stocks out to set alerts. And whenever one of these stocks hit an area we want to buy them in, that we'd be alerted. And it's funny because Hood is in that buy zone right now. It hit its first alert and it's now inside. I made a post somewhere on one of my two handles. I made an alert saying I'd buy it. I made a video, a short video, or I made a post about, hey, would you own it at $20, $15, or $10? And it's interesting because I wouldn't put Hood. If you asked me yesterday, would you put Hood on your list? I probably would say no to you. But if it gets to the right price for next year, right? If you're starting to think about the right price for tickers, let's say next year we have our normal down month in March. We have a small ER run, let's say, beginning of year. And then let's say we trade sideways, or let's say we trade in a range, right? Let's say we're sideways, but we're ranging up and down throughout the summer. And then we have a big oh shit moment at either in the middle of summer, let's say July or something, we just fall off a cliff. And then we trade down into winter. And we kind of reset the market. Now that's the kind of the prevailing thought of what's going to happen this year. My only argument against that is we usually have these cycles of up years, like 4 up years and then 4 down years. And right now we don't. Right now we have only finished 3 up years. We still have one more up year in front of us. So there is this outlier that we go way high this year, and I have to do more math on it, but there is this very small chance. There is this very small chance that we have. This fits more of the bear thesis, and if you're a real bear out there, the bear thesis would be that we go straight vertical this year. And then that would bring in the onset of a really nasty next year. Like 2022 would be monstrous, and then 2023 would just be, you'd see companies imploding and stuff. You'd see it'd be bad, real bad. The inflation would finally kick in, like legitimately kick in. It's not that it's already kicked in. We know inflation's here. Like I believe in everything the bears say out there, but the mechanics of it, how it works within our market, isn't playing out right now. We're projecting what we think is going to happen in 2022. like a responsible person. In reality, we're like drunken fools. You know, we're like drunks. I don't subscribe to the banks not breaking shit. I think that you break things and you run things for max profit until you break it. So, and I feel like banks do that. They have a strong history of doing that shit. So, I'm still not convinced on my position for 2022. I really do want to see what the banks hedge with as we head into the end of the year here. It's a big moment for the market to see how they're hedging into 2022 because if you end up seeing the hedging being only like, let's say, 450, uh, that's not a that they're going to tell you, hey, I'm only expecting. I think the mean expectation for this year was what, 505. That was the mean, maybe. The average might have even been that out of these banks. These banks always get it wrong. They never get it right, and they could just be a mad dash. I mean, we've had that stealth correction going on across the market. On the underside of our market's been stealth correcting, and we could get lopsided. We could be trading this whole next year from a value bearish standpoint, and yet they're going to run it up. I think there's that small chance. So I still have to look at it. I'm still not convinced, but my thought process in this plan would be that we're going to be looking for undervalued stocks, right? We want to start with undervalued stocks, and we want to make sure that the banks are pushing them. And I commented on Twitter earlier today to take a look at Home Depot. Home Depot is always going up. It's always been going up since the last crash that we had in 07, 08. But it's gone up extremely high in the past 3 months since September. So it's like low-hanging fruit. So it's like, do they dump those bags on you as a value investor because they're easy targets, or does it get driven up higher, or is the play really not in Home Depot? Because you guys saw Target, right? Target was whacked. It was nailed. It got taken down. It's below its 200-day moving average. There's a bunch of different other tickers out there. You look at Ring Doorbell, it got knocked down. There's another one. There was another tech company that I was looking at earlier that's on a great trend that the banks push. So I think we just have to find a basket of maybe 1 to 300 stocks. Find out when they're hitting key levels and see if they get picked up by the banks. If they do, we'll add those in and monitor them as we move through 2022. What's going on? Banks are going to fail because people can't pay their debts when rates rise. Okay. Yeah, let's talk about that. Let's talk about what is his name? Crino PP. Crino PP just said banks are going to fail because people can't pay their debts when rates rise. Okay, that's a great point. Let's talk about that real quick. Let's talk about what Crino's saying. Crino, let me ask you a question real quick about the banks are going to fail when people can't pay their debts when rates rise. Crino, how long have you been talking about that? Can you post on YouTube right now how long you've been telling people that? Can you tell me how long you've been telling me that banks are going to fail? Crino, you still there, buddy? Too funny. He's gone. That's hilarious. Yeah, and that's the point. So, when you hear stuff like that, this guy Crino. Let's talk about this guy Crino real quick. Let's talk about Crino because he's important to listen to. And what it is that you got this guy that's you hear this message out there. You hear this from bulls too. You hear this message from bulls and from bears, and these are the people that you can't listen to, because these are the people that will lose you money. You're gonna lose money listening to bulls that talk like that guy. You're gonna lose money from listening to bears that talk like that guy. It's just this like blanket coverage. You're all gonna die, and it doesn't really work, right? As a trader or as an investor, it doesn't work. It doesn't work as a trader. It doesn't work taking shorts. If you were to take a short every time someone like that told you short the banks, you'd be broke right now, right? You guys all know that? You guys do realize that, right? That's just what do you guys want me to look at next? Which chart? You guys want to look at SPY real quick? So you're no offense to Crino either. Not trying to make them look bad or anything, but you don't want to be if you hear people out there that talk like that, they don't trade, they don't invest, they don't short, they don't buy puts, they don't live off that money. They're just out there spouting shit out in the internet world or whatever. It's kind of goofy when you hear shit like that. That's something that I'd expect from like a Main Streeter. Something my grandfather would tell me. Something that I talk about. I'll have a conversation like that at a barbecue with someone that doesn't, it's just some regular guy in the street. I'll have that conversation. But when it comes to making money, what's funny about that too is if you look at Japan, there were American hedge funds, like U.S. based hedge funds, that tried to short the Japanese market for a decade and a half and went bankrupt doing it. And they went bankrupt doing it because here we go. See this right here? Open allocation, memory allocation. Let's do 4,000. Please restart Bookmap to apply. Okay. Hang tight for just a second, guys. See if this works. So right on, Nail. So SPY just got $1.6 billion dark pool block. You're finding the ES too scary? Too funny. Oh yeah, it's getting hot, right? ES is getting smoking hot. So isn't SPY. Yeah, I like MU. MU is the trade right now for sure. Let me take a look at this real quick. I like MU even if it cools off. It could have a nice rip into close. I like the expansion of calls on MU. Oh yeah, I just saw that. I can see that big giant green bar on SPY. That was sweet. Hells yes. So what do you guys think's going to happen in the close on the SPY? Think we're going to rip up in the close? I might want to get in. Might want to get in on a trade on the SPY here because it is an OPEX day today, right? I love when you sing, sweetheart. So on Hero, it is positive on SPY. If you want to know if a buy program comes in, can you guys see the Hero indicator? So what you're looking for down here is, you see our buyers are at 183, right? You get 191 right now, 183. And you're looking for that average volume to start to pick up. The past 3 days when we've had buy programs, the buyers have come in at around 250 instead of this 183. So if you see we start cranking around the 2 o'clock, 2:30, 3 p.m. hour, we move up to 250, 250, 300, 350, you'll know we've got a buy program. If you see it on the sell side, you'll know we have a sell program. About some VIX January calls, past trips somewhere in the coming weeks. Yeah, I think I talked about, looks like bullish imbalance, Nathan's saying. Thanks for the heads up on the MU article. Do I think VIX is going up? Fuck yeah, I think VIX is going up. Absolutely. I think VIX is I think we're gonna sell off at some point. I think we're gonna get one overnight of selling off. I don't know if it's gonna be on Thursday or if it's gonna be on Friday into Monday, but it's happening. In my view, it's happening. But I still think we rip up or melt up before that. Well, my initial thing is we're waiting for JPM. So we wait for JPM. That will either cause us to rip up or melt up or sell off, and then we'll have the hedges rolling off over the weekend, and that should bring some weakness into the market. Hell yeah, I think there'll be weakness. Yeah, we're kind of low. We can go lower though. We can go to 14, 15. We can go as low as 14 and a half on the VIX. Easy. Let's take a look at MU. Yep, MU is just grinding away. Nice big fat buy right here. 13,281. Bid was at 96.16. That's pretty bullish. I call that a bullish buy right there. See this one right here? Soy Black makes me think we rip 480 plus tomorrow and sell down hard for JPM Friday. Yeah, Neil, I'm still on that train, brother. Because what was Sem saying, or what, I pronounce his name wrong all the time, Chem or whatever. He was saying some shit like that we think, or originally that he thought that it would be a sell. It would be selling calls, but then he's buying 10 to 15 billion dollars. If he drops 10 to 15 billion dollars, the market's going to go up definitely. Then we get that hedge roll off on the 31st, and then you're going to see a nice fat dip. And then we'll come back from that. We'll buy that dip. Yeah, okay. So I'm going to make a video for this. So about this stuff. So the triangles, these are options. So we've got live equity flow. That's in here, right? This is the dome. Every time you guys see people on Twitter talking about the DOM or the dome, DOM, that's the order book that's over here. And this order book will show you the flow, the level of flow that's coming in terms of where the buyers are above and below. The red bands, these are equities. people that want to sell equities here, people want to sell equities here. And then the bubbles are how large the blocks of buying is, right? So is it just small blocks of buying or large blocks of buying? This is a good indicator. The larger the green or the larger the red bubbles shows who's buying, right? Bigger banks are buying, bigger hedge funds. And you'll see when we get volatile that you'll see like way more bubbles. You'll see like big waves of bubbles. You're also looking for below where the supply side is. And the supply side right now, the buy side right now, is right at the money. And this bubble is showing you that. The buyers are right at the money. They're buying at 96.16. There's no buyers waiting below specifically on MU. You can see that all the buy side is up above. There's some buyers down here at 80 bucks. But in reality, all the buyers are pushing right now on MU. And that's why I like this. If you saw a blue line down here, it shows that the smart money is waiting for a dip. But when you don't see the buyers down here and they're up above right here, it means that the buyers are being very aggressive. Now the triangles, unlike equities, are showing the option flow. So you want to, and these green arrows and these red arrows are tied into this indicator called the HIRO indicator, HIRO. You can look videos up on YouTube that explain in more depth what it infers. But if you're watching this pink, this fuchsia or purple indicator, pinkish indicator, if it's running high all day long, it is implying that prices will be higher later. If it's running low all day long, it is implying that prices will be lower later from the option flow. If it runs in conjunction, kind of flat, it tends not to mean as much. And also, I think I can put the HIRO indicator on the actual map here, but I haven't figured out how to do that one yet. I think I can put the HIRO actually on the map, and I don't know why it's not on there right now. I got to figure that out. I got to figure out how to get the HIRO indicator on the physical map itself. If any of you guys know how to do that, let me know. Neil's saying, yeah, but presumably if JPM's buying calls now, they want a dip to buy it on. So do you think that the dip will come then before Friday? Do you think you'll get the dip on Thursday? Or how do they get their dip, right? They get their dip, they'll play. What they'll end up doing is let's say on Thursday they would buy their put spreads, right? If they slam the market with put spreads on Thursday, would they then I'm in agreement with you on buying calls. I think that they buy. I think that they sell. I mean, my theory is different than what the theory is right now that they're buying. And my thought was that they'd be selling calls. They'd be selling 520s, 550s. They'd be buying put spreads at hopefully 450. If they buy 430 or 425, this fucking market's going to shit the bed. Thanks thanks, Matthew. I appreciate it. Yeah, Rob runs the long tail strategy. Rob's probably very interested to see what the hedge is going to be. I think most of the market's really the market's just waiting right now. The big money is waiting to see what the fuck, or what should we swear, what the banks are going to do. I think the market's basically on pause right now. Hey Cap, or hey Hut Hut. Yeah, BIIB was a great ticker. We called that one a couple weeks ago, Denny, didn't we? Did we call that like a week ago? Let's look at SPY real quick. What I really want to see if a buy program comes in, and it's already kicking in right now. We were at 185 just a moment ago, and you're seeing increased volume right now heading into the end of the day in the SPY. It does make you wonder if they want to print those 480s. Yeah, see, Rob's waiting for it too. I'm waiting for it too. That's the thing is, you really want to know what the banks are doing with their hedging end of month. And then I'm also waiting on, I'm like waiting on Hood to see if it dumps down to 10 or 15 on the 31st. Like there's a bunch of tickers that I'm looking at that I'm really want to see if they really, really like capitulate those, if they really just start dumping a bunch of stock into end of day Friday so you can get some real good steals or deals. I don't know if you have an answer, but I'm trying to figure out what in the money puts weeks or months out would accomplish. Okay, so here's the concept. I'll give you the basic concept of it, okay? So let's say right now we drive the market up. We're at the end of year, right? I drive the market up right now to 480. And I'm a bank, right? So what I'll do right now is now of course I don't know, even as a bank I don't know what the future holds. I don't know what unknown events are. I don't know what the other big banks are doing, right? I'm kind of friendly with other big banks, but I'm not really. I'm not really a friend of GS if I'm JPM. I've got all of my own scientists that are working on researchers and people working on what they expect us to do. And JPM specifically runs long only, too long only hedge funds. They long the market. That's what they do. So what am I going to do for hedging the market? So the thought process is it depends on where we are. And right now we're up on the market. We're at 480, right? We're not down. The market's not down heading into this OPEX. We're up. We're at 480. So if we're at 480 right now, what's my plan right now? So I'm going to do a market projection, see what I think the market's going to do, how many rates come in, blah, blah, all that other stuff. And I'm going to project. I'm going to say, okay, this is what I'm going to do. I think the market's going to suck this year. So I want to buy put spreads that are like, let's say 435, 425, right? And I think we're going to go sideways too. So, and I don't think that the SPY is going to go over 520. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to slam the market with selling an outside the money call, right? So let's say I slam the market with 520s or 550 calls when we're right now at 480, and then I'm going to slam the market with some put spreads down to 425 and 435, right? So I do that, and I've got my projections, and let's just say we start to sell down over this next 3 months to the 425. So I start to make my money, right? I'm making all my money. I'm selling out of my positions, right? I'm a long-only hedge fund. I own a bunch of stock in a bunch of companies. I'm selling out of my positions. We're heading lower down to 425, 435. My put spreads start to print for me, right? Got them down at 425 because we're already up at 480. So now I'm printing out all my shit. I'm a happy bank, right? I've just printed all my put spreads. Now, meanwhile, I've got all those outside the money calls above me at 520, 550. And I know that I can go up there to at least 520 before end of quarter. I don't have to worry about those calls that I sold, right? I can buy this market and I can make money on the front end, those calls that I sold. As long as we don't go past, right? As long as I don't go past where I sold those calls, I'm not going to lose the underlying stock. Does that make sense? Or I can take it up to 500, 510, and then dump it down on the tails to 425 and 435, depending if I bought or sold calls or puts. So what they try to do is they swing it both ways. And so when you hear when you hear people say they play the tails, you want to know if they're buying or selling when we're at OPEX, because it'll give us an insight into the probability or what they're betting we're going to swing higher or lower in the first half of this quarter, or swing lower at the back half of this quarter. And how low are we going to go? What's the implied move that we're going to make towards end of year? Or not end of year, end of quarter, excuse me. Yeah. Tech's starting to curl up. Yeah, you see this buy program here, 270. We're at 270. The buyers are overcoming the sellers in the SPY right now. TQQ curling up makes sense to me. They're probably going to ram this into close. Or it looks like they're going to try to ram it into close. Hero indicators off the charts right now for SPY. I wonder what MU is going to do. If MU is going to do that squeeze into close as well. But you can see SPY ramping up right now. You can see that if you look down here in the right-hand side, bottom right-hand side, this hero indicator, it's going off the charts right now. It's blasting off. It's like RPMs. And you can see we're at almost double the volume heading into close. It's a bullish in context if you want to know. I bet we hit 480, then fill a 453 gap on SPY and Fab. 500 by June, I don't know. It's going up. Right now it's going up. At the moment. It's starting to flatten a little bit. You guys can see right here. It's starting to flatten slightly at this exact moment. But there is a buy program on for sure. Yeah, cautiously long with 1 foot out the door. That's one of my favorite lines right there. I love that. Cautiously long with 1 foot out the door. We're at the top, so I'll buy some hedging, but I will take a long. That's exactly where we are right now. So the hero indicator is down here. You can see it on the bottom right-hand side of your screen. Okay? And it's cranking right now on the SPY. You guys want to pay attention to these numbers down here. These are your buyers and sellers. You're getting a slight dip in the SPY right now. You had one large sell order right here. You had a 477.34. Yeah, I'll show you the Tesla Bookmap. No worries, I'll put it up right now. Yeah, it looks like a ram. It looks like we're ramming up. If I had to guess. Sometimes they like to park it though on OPEX days. I can't stand, like, one other thing about OPEX days is sometimes they'll just park it. They'll move it right to where they want it, and then they just go sideways right into close. That's always annoying. And it looks like they might do that here, which would piss me off. If you were dead flat heading into the, like, from the open of this morning right into the close of today, that'd be real bastards doing that. And we'll do Tesla next. Let's look at MU real quick. MU's still looking beautiful. I got nothing bad to say about MU right now. My target price is 100 on MU. No, we're not playing zero dates at MU, so it's not like it matters. Our MU is fitting what we want every stock and index to be. If you're a bull, it's fitting the bill right now. It's fitting the bill over on Flow Algo. It's fitting the bill on Heat Map or Bookmap. It's fitting the bill in terms of options flow, the hero indicator, the buyers versus sellers. The relative volume is up on MU right now. It's hitting all the targets you want. You know, at some point you have to take some risk in this market. You might lose some, you might win some. But everything looks great on MU right now. Nothing's changed on Tesla. Still have your buyers down there at 1070. You know your supports on Tesla already. You guys all know your supports on Tesla, right? You've got a fallback, smart money down here at 1050. Buyers galore at 1070, 1090. The ceiling is still 1120 here. Same sideways movement. This wall above here, 11. The wall above here at 1100. See this wall right here at 1100? It bounces back and forth. It bounces between 1120 and 1100. There's not much going on in Tesla right now. All your major tickers, all like your Teslas, your Apples, that's all steady as she goes. You'll probably get some window dressing on these tickers as we head into Friday, but what they're going to do is bleed it out into the last moment, I think. This is a good sign to see right here. You got some real ramping going on. This is all gorgeous right here. You want to see this movement like this? This is more volatility in the SPY. This is good. Hero indicator strong. Have a little bit of falling off here at the end right now. A little bit of falling off in the hero indicator. You got to remember too, these banks, they want the dressing, man. They want you to go back to their boss and be like, "Hey boss, Apple closed at all-time highs in the year." The hero indicator on Tesla was negative, and it's since turned positive. Yeah, you want to see stuff like this is all good movement for SPY right now. There's a lot of shares. We were trading 149,000 shares, and now we're trading 300. We're double what we were trading earlier. So we are getting some activity right now. Just more grinding, more consolidation, more sideways. Got Home Depot just grinding away. I'd like to short Home Depot on January 3rd, to be honest with all of you. I'd love to short every single company that's going to be cranking into the close of Friday of New Year's. Like every company that's like all-time highs at the close on Friday. I'd love to short every single one of them into the ground. Just companies that are at all-time highs. I'm looking at you, Home Depot. I want Home Depot to crank to like 425, 430, and then just slam it into the ground. If I had to guess, they're gonna park SPY. What do you guys think? Do you guys think VIX has found a bottom? Can somebody shovel some dirt on the VIX? Oh, the mic is acting up again? You gotta be shitting me. Is anybody having any problems with the mic with me? Check 1, 2, 3. $226. Yeah, we're within a minute. Yep, so when we're looking at hero down here, you don't want to see this down here. You want to see hero indicator up here. The indicator's still positive, But you don't want to see this hero indicator down here. You want to see it higher. You can see that these red balls, 1, 2, 3, 4. See that indicator falling over here? But you do see more calls, right? You see there's more structure in calls right now. This does beg the question, do the bulls step up and say, we're going to ram it home on the SPY at some point? Okay, Mello. Thanks for saying something. So you want to see the hero indicator. You want to see the purple on the right-hand side, okay? If you see a negative in front of the hero, if you see a negative, like a negative and then the number, that is bad for the SPY. All right, I got you. It did crackle a few minutes ago. Yeah, I'll check Apple for you. You know, they're all doing the same thing. When you guys are, all the Fangman stocks, my assumption is that they're all the big boys are waiting to see what the hedge is going to be. Big boys want to know what's up. They want to know before they make any moves what the big banks are doing. Yeah, I'm still getting a little latency on my end too, on this side here. This is giving me a little bit more latency than I expected. Call volumes coming up. Hang tight here, guys, just a minute. More sellers than buyers on Apple. Hero indicator is strong though, means more calls are coming in. You've got resistance levels at 181, 182, 185. You've got a strong sell side right now coming in right now at this moment on Apple. You can see the feed that's coming in right here. See the steepness to sellers here, and you've got lots of buyers hanging much lower on Apple. Lots of call buyers on SPY, lots of call buyers on Apple. Maybe we do gap up tomorrow. I wonder if we do gap up tomorrow. Maybe they park it today and then we do the gap up tomorrow. That'd be kind of cool. Sell down into Friday. One last hurrah. Let's look at the Apple calls. We have some expansion on Apple. There's a lot of calls coming in now for Apple for January and February. That's nice to see. I also like the XLF calls that came in today. That's 40C for January 21st. Let me look at my calls and puts here and see what's going on. Yeah, nothing. Just lots of draining. Just draining option value. It's that vampire theta sucking that's going on out there. Those theta vampires. You're bullish for tomorrow? XLB's waking up. You know, I've got Xfinity for internet, and how strong is the? You know, you guys, I gotta be honest with you. Like, you gotta get in your mind right now that we've got this OPEC stuff going on, and they're gonna take it serious as we get in. There's gonna be no breakouts until we know what's going on with the hedging on the market for end of month. It's a brand new year. Yeah, you got last day of tax harvest. You think? No, see, I don't think Hood found its bottom. I'm going to look for Hood to buy Hood on like the 31st at the end of the day. If I can get Hood at like dirt cheap, I hope they sell down a bunch of these companies like last minute. You start seeing capitulation right into the close. See Hood crash down to like $10, $15. I'm wondering if Snap's going to do something like that, or Square's going to have this big falling out. You see like a bunch of pins maybe, or Piton gets dumped. A couple of these gambling companies get dumped down. Some capitulation because it's a losing year for these companies. And I think they might be the companies to buy next year. Not all of them, but some of them. You know, it's every year. It's like you guys remember last year when they told you to buy ARK for this year? Like ARK was high flying into the end of year. SQ was high flying into 2021. Everybody was saying fintech's gonna just keep pumping into 2022. I remember there was talk that fintech would do well with rates rising. I mean, there was just all kinds of shit that I heard. And what did they do? They just sold that shit down all of 2021. They said ARKG was going to go up. Then this whole year they just badmouthed Cathie Woods. It would be hilarious if they just pumped it all back up next year. You know, that's how the stuff works. Oracle, or you gonna look up Oracle real quick? I like Oracle, by the way. I used to try to trade Oracle, and Oracle's like one of those companies that moves for the banks. They don't move for us. Like you'll have to sit in an Oracle call for like 3 months, and then one day out of the blue, it'll just crank. INTC is the same way. Bobcat, where do you think Hood's gonna go? $10, $5, or do you think it's gonna stick around at 17? You think Oracle's gonna sell off at a 12.31? Let's look at Oracle right now. Yeah, you can't trade Oracle. Like the hero indicator is 0. I hate Oracle. I've traded Oracle. It sucks. Lots of buyers though. Yeah, where do you think it's actually found its bottom at $17? Or do you think it can trade down into the 31st? That was to Bobcat. Do you think that Hood can trade down to $10 or $15? Or do you think this is I was wondering if they would trade down for that last day of the year. We were having a conversation about Hood earlier today. If we traded to 4,800 into the close today, I'll laugh my fucking ass off. I'm sorry. If we do that last little sprint to the top, last fucking 2 minutes of the day, just ping 4,800. I don't think it's happening, but it would be hilarious if it did. Yeah, Oracle ain't doing shit. Can't stand this company. I can't even believe I put it up there for you guys. It's like the company that should be up there and it isn't. Like it should be worth so much, but it's a great. Let me look it up right now. I want to look at Oracle for the whole year. God, it's so terrible. It trades like dog shit. Just look at it. It trades so awful. It's such an awfully trade. It just trades terrible. It's like the worst. It's like one of the worst tickers I've ever traded. I think I tried trading Oracle like 3 times. By the third time, I'm out. Never again. Weren't they a part of that like TikTok deal at one point? Once they were a contender, they didn't move. They were just pinned solid. I think I remember Oracle being a part of that like misfit, a Microsoft deal with Dick Doc. So has VIX found a bottom yet? Because it doesn't look like it has. Oh, maybe. Uh oh, wait a minute. Wait a minute. VIX might have found a bottom. 1710. VIX found a bottom. This reminds me of the summertime, man. Like dog days of summer. Falling asleep in front of a monitor for a whole week. Is killing me. Killing me, Smalls out there. Market ain't doing shit. Everybody wants this like massive sell off or a massive ripper. Just something like poke it with a stick, do something. Meanwhile, you've got a bunch of guys out there with butterflies and condors, and they love this. This is like action to them. They're in their glory right now. This is like a Theta Gang's dream. Got that big green bar coming in, that big dark pull by. at like 1:30 or something makes a theta guy panic. Sorry, I'm laughing at my own shit, my own stupid jokes. Spy capitulating. I love it. You guys are so terrible. Spy is capitulating. Well, what do we got up here? Hood. I think it's bottomed. All-time low for reporting to boss on Hood at end of year. Yeah, no shit. For no really good reason. Seems to be a lot of chatter about it. Is Spy capitulating? I wish Spy was capitulating. There's no capitulation today. They're gonna murder us with sideways. I like IBM or like IBM. Yeah, dude, IBM is like great for trading Theta Gang on. Like Clorox is great for trading Theta Gang. Hutch says it's printing on 88Ps. Hell yeah, brother. Yeah, I saw that ER rip. That's the thing about like Oracle's weird. Like just out of nowhere it'll just rip. It's not out of nowhere. You know that it's options expiring, but generally speaking, man, it just doesn't. Flush it. I want it at 16. I don't like what I'm seeing with Spy. No major moves. Need UVXY to reverse split again. Have you heard the info when that might happen again? Nope. No, I haven't. Too fucking funny. The when are we gonna reverse split? What was the other? There's another one. There's another funny ass fucking reverse split joke that I heard recently. It was freaking hilarious. I mean, look at this. This is crazy. You got 350. You got huge volume in today, of course. They're gonna try to get the volume up for today. They're probably gonna park this thing. Watch them park it like right at 4.7. Watch them park it right at the opening price. What was opening price? Yeah, like 477.19. That'd be hilarious. There's someone on Twitter that says park it like Sully does or something. Just printing fat butterflies right now. You're just gonna murder these calls too in the chain. Look at this. They got a bunch of 478s they gotta print for today. It's hilarious. Then you got 481s, 480s for expiring on Friday. So maybe we'll get our 480 tag before Friday. We got some 480s for Monday as well. Trying to look through the options chains right now to see if there's anything you can see. That's what they're gonna do. They're gonna park it at 478, or they park it at 477. Then after hours between 4 and 4:15, they make that little push up so they can print the 478s. They'll fuck every single call holder out there. Meanwhile, all the spreads get printed. Yeah, I still think we're going up. I just wonder if they do it after 4 o'clock. Parking is why spreads are important. Agreed. They'll park it right into close, and they'll push it right up to 478. Yeah, Hero is misbehaving. It's only 2:47. We got a few more minutes to figure out what we're going to do into the close. Maybe they dump it for a little bit, and then they run it up to 478 into the close. That might be a good idea. I might enter some calls. I might enter some zero dates for a few minutes. Those 478s look juicy. You'd probably have to buy them at like, well, I don't know. I have to think about this for a minute when to buy them. What are Satumas? I thought that was like Saturns or something. 478. Yeah, it needs accepted. Dude, you should see the accepted. There's like it's like one bank handing over all their shares to the other bank right now. I don't know exactly what's going on. I want that slow melt up. What I really want is I want that. I thought we might get a dip, like dip down, and then a melt up into Friday. We didn't get the dip. I thought we might get it Tuesday, might get it today, didn't get it. I think there's too many people. I think everybody knows everything now. There's like too many people. We're all too interconnected. Get too much of the same information floating around. We're all trading the same shit. I was looking at the call flow and the put flow today on all the big tickers and all the Fangman stuff. Looking at the SPY flow, and it's like everybody knows that to date their stuff to the 31st. Everybody knows to date their stuff to the 29th. Everybody knows to date. Everybody knows everything the same right now. So you got like no expansion of calls or puts, no expansion in dates. There's some single ticker stuff out there, but none of the shit that everybody trades. If you see that Tesla support running up, it means that the buyers at the smart money are flowing up into Tesla. We'll take a look at it. It's a good sign. Sorry, I'm snacking while I'm talking to you guys because I haven't had a break at all. I didn't get a lunch today. I was dealing with Bookmap support all day long. Is Tesla making a go at the? Is Tesla making a go at that wall? Is Tesla going to take a stab at it and see if the shorts are going to capitulate? Are they going to close their shorts? They don't have much time, do they? They only got so much time to close them Tesla shorts. They're going to close them like right before it close too. Have that like fast dip and then we'll rip to the. You guys remember that? Do you guys remember when were any of you guys trading Tesla? I think it was during inclusion in the S&P 500. In like the last 15 minutes, it dumped like 70 points or 100 points, and then it ripped like 200 points. Then if you hadn't waited if you had like bought before that close, there was a couple days that did that last year. There was a couple days last year, 2 or 3 days last year, where there was like a 15-minute hard sell-off or a 5-minute hard sell-off, like massive, and then just a massive rip higher destroyed everybody that was in before. And then if you didn't immediately roll into new positions, you missed out on it. Any guys remember that out there? Those are some heady times. Tesla's going for it. Look at Tesla. Tesla is going for it. Hero indicators popping. Tesla's getting spicy into the close. Tesla's getting spicy into the close. Can Tesla do it? You'll have clear skies here to 11:20. I like this right here with Tesla. I like this a lot. Tesla's getting spicy. Hero indicators moving up. Let's see what's happening here. And that 1100 is nothing. The real target is 1120. So don't even bother looking at this 1100. That 1100 is nothing. 1120 is where it's at on Tesla. This is an interesting watch right here. You've got some more sellers coming down to meet the boys. You got some really angry people right now, and you got some really angry bears on Tesla right now. They're like, nope. If you can eat through these, there could be a squeeze at the close on Tesla. This is an interesting point right now for Tesla. So if you see these buyers down below at 1080, if this red line starts to move up in here, you could definitely see some squeezing going on. But you need to see these buyers at 1080 move up. So watch this one for a minute. Excuse me. I doubt it happens. If I had to guess, this is all about parking this baby. Craving at Snap, yes, 1100. I missed some of this stuff in your conversations in here. Enjoy your food, sir. That Tesla swing was spicy. When announced into SPY and then again on the inclusion date. Yeah, I think it was something like that. There were some really weird trading days for Tesla where like I remember there was one day in Tesla I was in some calls and it went up like 100 points at the end of the day, like last 15 minutes. It was insane. Like maybe not 100, maybe like 75 points. Samsung rumors buying BIIB for 40 billion. I think I posted that ticker on Sunday. I could be wrong, but I swear I did. Burry has entered the chat. They're gonna be angry and sore. Did you see hours of C? No, I didn't look at C at all. I should have though. We need to wrestle the Bears to dust. Let's go. Tesla opened around 11:15. What's below 1050? You guys, I'm going to show you what's below 1050. I'll show you that. Any bears out here want to see what you're gunning for? I like bears, believe it or not. Okay, so here's your support levels. 1050, 1064, 1070. You start breaking through these and we can start talking. You guys are getting lag? If you guys are getting lag, it's on your end, not my end. Because I have a monitor, and the monitor is showing me a 1 minute lag. So if you guys are getting a lag that's like 5 minutes or something, just reset your YouTube. It's not on my end. I got a 1 minute lag on my side. So if you're getting lag on your side, just refresh your page that you're watching on. Congratulations, Yanis. AMD 150 calls. Jess, are you having more of a lag than 1 minute? If you check my screen, if you check my time down here, is my time matched up to your time by a minute? Because I'm within a minute on. I'm using a monitor to see if I have any lag, and I'm not getting any lag on my monitor. So I'm wondering if he just needs to reset it. If she needs to reset it. Turn off browsers. Yeah, so there's your Tesla feed. You got good grind going on. You've got more buyers than sellers. Your hero is finally going up on Tesla. There's a grind here. You've got some sellers stepping down to the 1100 mark. You are encountering, you know what, I haven't looked up on my, so on this computer I've got I don't have in front of me volume and market profile. Maybe you guys can bring up on your market profile or your volume profile if you're encountering a big iceberg on Tesla. I gotta switch my Thinkorswim to a different computer so I can look at the volume profile too. Still kind of coordinating with all this stuff. Can anybody tell me if Tesla's climbing over an iceberg right now? Yeah, 1 minute lag sounds right. Bitcoin's getting raw dogged. Let's bring up Bitcoin. Okay. Add connection. Rhythmic. DX active. Binance. Is it Binance? I think it's the Binance. Coinbase. Which one is it? Is it GDAX? Is it BitMEX? I don't know which one I have to use for the Bitcoin feed. It's not Interactive Brokers. I don't remember which one it is. I don't know if it's Binance. Nope. It's a BTC, I thought. Coinbase Adapter Pro. Is it Coinbase? Coinbase Pro, maybe? I don't know. I don't know which one this is. I'll have to look it up later. I had the Bitcoin. I had the Bitcoin. I don't think I do BTC in here. Can I do this index? Bitcoin price index. Is this Bitcoin? Is this Bitcoin US dollar? Let's see if that is. Yeah, I have to get this off a different. I'll find out what. I'll find out. I forget which feed it is that I have to use Bitcoin. This is where we want to be up here, 480. This is it right here. I have to look for the Bitcoin feed. The GME up a modest 6% on the day. It's funny too because weren't people whining that Bitcoin was down or that GME was down 1.5%. Was that was it AMC that was down 1.5% or AMC was it it was AMC was down 1.5% let me look up AMC. Someone was crying about that yesterday. And now GMC is up 6%. Love it. Yeah, Tesla just got destroyed. This trading day sucked. Not gonna lie. I can't stand when it's slow like this. It makes me just want to stop trading for a couple days and come back when there's some actual liquidity in the market. Straight sideways. Yeah, I don't know. I was wondering if there was a burg on Tesla because it looked like sellers came down from above from that 1120 mark. And I'll be honest, I'm ready for some swings in the market. I'm ready for up or down. I don't really care if we go up or down at this point. I'll take either way. And I'll trade either way too. I fucking hate CoinDesk. I'm bringing up the trading view chart. Is this Quinn Invest's Diamond Top? Are we back on Diamond Top again? Oh, we are, aren't we? We're on the super ooper duper Bitcoin Diamond Top. Uh-oh. Bitcoin screwed. Is this the are we calling this the You know, it's funny too. Like, it makes me wonder if we're forcing patterns on Bitcoin. It's so hard to chart that maybe we're forcing patterns on it so it becomes easier. Maybe it's not as random as we think it is. As like stock, to me, I find stocks to be way way more random. Tesla bounced off. Yep, Cakal's getting wrecked too. Yeah, this is a Theta Gang's dream right now. Hedges taking vacation, like, absolutely. They're guarding that 1100 strike. 21 open interest in those calls. Yeah, there's some pinning going on in the market right now, and the pinning should continue until morale improves. But the pinning should definitely continue, and it'll probably continue. And we haven't I haven't seen, so we've been talking on videos every day about what we're looking for, right? In calls or puts, we don't really care what it is, right? We don't care which side it's on, but we haven't seen. No one's showing their cards right now, except for some small tickers. You'll find some tickers that people are planning their trades for the next 3 months, but all the big shit, all the big FANG stocks, all the retail favorites, you're not seeing anything. You're also seeing hedges staying on. You're seeing shorts still have a huge grip on the market right now. And you get everybody and their sister making the same bets. All short dated shit. All kinds of short dated in the money calls, in the money puts. And so what you do is you have volatility compression. You just have this like suppressed volatility. It's why VIX has fallen. If you guys don't know why VIX has fallen, that's the reason. The reason is that because no one's betting up or down. They're all betting short dated stuff that's going to expire this week. The dealers don't need to buy or sell when we're all buying in the money shit expiring in 3 days. And then they become magnets. You'll see like 478. It's like 478 for today. So 478 for today is where all the concentration of calls are in. So we'll magnet 478. And then Fridays is I think 480 is the. Let me look at the options for Friday. So Friday's calls are focused on 480. So maybe grind up from here. Well, maybe not for tomorrow, for Thursday, but we'll get whatever we get for tomorrow. Maybe we go down for tomorrow, then we grind up to 480 for the close on Friday. But we still don't know what JPM's doing. Everybody's focused on that bullshit too. It's like talk of the town now. Shit, I think even inside the Discord for Spot Gamma, I think they were talking about it for like fucking 3 weeks or 4 weeks. Shit you not. They've been talking about it for months, actually. They started talking about it back in September. Or August or September they were talking about it. 4 months ago. And then, of course, all the talk started again as we get closer to this OPEX. And I think they made a couple videos recently about it. You see that nice big buy side coming in on the SPY charts right here? You guys all watching that? That's straight grind. Gotta touch gotta touch 478. Touch the PP. Gotta park it at home. Park it at 478. And our next pin is 4,800 on Friday, just so everybody knows out there. So if you're an ultra bear right now, you must be like just ripping phone books in your house right now. You gotta be. Can't tell me you're not ripping phone books apart in your house right now if you're a bear. Maybe it's trying. No, so. Oh, yeah, Quinn's here. Right on, Quinn. Good to see you, brother. We were just talking about you. Diamond reversals, Quinn, on Bitcoin. We're talking Bitcoin, bro. Bruh. Quinn's a maxi Bitcoin bro, right? And dude, you gotta be. I swear to God, I swear, like any of you guys out there that are bears watching this feed, you guys gotta be, you guys gotta want to, gotta be. Your eyes are melting out right now. I mean, they're just straight pinning it. Like they're pinning it to 47. All these calls expiring today. They're pinning to 478. They're gonna try to do the same thing on Friday. This is terrible. This is absolutely awful. Oh yeah, I'll have to look at YM then. Yeah, if you guys got any tickers that you want to share with the community that you're interested in, like seriously tickers that can move in the next day or two, put them up. So I smashed keyboards instead. Hey Quinn. Yeah, Quinn's throwing some tickers out there. Short Mara, Riot, the so what's happening with the you guys don't understand what's going on with the VIX right now, right? You guys understand there's no volatility right now. Volatility opens up expanded trading ranges. So if you are a bull or bear, you like volatility. No matter what it is, you just like volatility. You want to see the trading ranges expand. You want to see the price of a stock go up and down. And right now you're seeing the compression of stock prices going up and down on the major tickers. And it's all due to the fact that no one is betting outside the money calls or puts with any dates on them. Nobody. Nobody of consequence. We aren't. Retail isn't. Retail's all betting the same way. And all the banks and all the hedge funds and all the family offices are waiting to see what the heck the banks are going to do. And the banks aren't really showing their cards. There's a little bit of bank action earlier in the week. There was some hedge fund that bought 435 puts expiring, I think, in March. I wonder if that was Kathy Woods. Yeah, that is the question. What tickets? Yep, what tickers are going to move hard after the hedge is gone? Mara and Riot are Bitcoin mining companies. If you buy weeklies, they're going to be gone in a blink. MU has been a savior today. Yes, it has. Yep, Baba never does disappoints in volatility. Uh, Quinn, did you see that beautifulness with Hood just getting wrecked? Yeah, so what they're talking about, WS7Z was asking a question, and it's actually a very good question. So there should be some momentary hard drops in a lot of the speculative risky stocks that have been shorted. Now, does that happen? Don't hold me to that one, but that's the rumor. Just got here. Sorry if this has been answered. His Cap talked about the possibility of a major drop to touch support of the megaphone. How are we feeling for tomorrow? Yeah, we'll get into that. We'll talk about that as we head into the close here. Calling it now. ES ramps to 47.99, then dumps back. Hilarious. That's the other good one. AMD and XL and X can move a ton by Friday. AMD CEO guided for a China regular rate approval deal by year's end. Thanks. That's all good news. Thanks for popping that stuff in there. I'm in January MU 100C. Negative 6% holding to Friday, then selling. Yeah, I like it. I like MU. All the signs are lining up for MU. Might just take a few days. I think that's true. The 1090 Tesla wall, 45K vanished. All right, Tesla's. Our Jess keeps up here. So let's look at Tesla real quick. Yeah, I still see a wall at 1100, 1120. That's evened out a little bit too. But yeah, I'll put it back on again. I'll leave it back on for you guys. We can get a little bit more granular here too. You got more buyers than sellers. You have some negative options flow coming into Tesla though. Pinning shit. It's all being pinned. Probably close out some Mara if you want to throw it up. Yeah, I'll throw it up, Cap. Or Quinn, I'll throw it up for you. Not at all, brother. I got you covered, Quinn. SPY gets either pinned or rejected here. Important level. Yeah, I don't think it gets rejected. I think that 478 is the pin for all the calls that are expiring today. I think that we talked about this earlier that I think at 2:30 or something we said that the pin will be at 478. We just didn't know if it would happen now in cash market or if it would happen at 4 o'clock. Like you're looking for SPY to pin to 478 due to all the calls expiring. And you've got a pin for 480 on Friday on SPY as well. So, all right, let's take a look here. So we've got massive selling in Mara. We've got some real negative flow and options flow in Mara as well. It's just put city. We've got this, electric fence down here, but they are definitely eating into these are not good supports, just so you know. These are very light supports. So 33 should break and 32 should break. 30 looks like it's hardish support right now on Mara. And it's blue skies below. So you're really looking for a touch. Wait a minute here. You're looking for a touch. You're looking for hard support at 30 on Mara. And I can tell you right now that this is an ugly chart. So if you're a Mara bull, watch out. Should be a grind down. You'll meet resistance at 33, then 32, and then you've got clear skies down to 30. And below 30, it'd be a free fall on Mara. And you've got 2.5 times the sellers as you have buyers on Mara right now. Excuse me. Yeah, you get the pin on SPY, and then you've got the 480 on. You got 480 on Friday, so maybe we do see that grind up, or maybe JPM does their shit in the morning, and then we'll get at that dip, and then we'll ride up to 480 on Friday. I guess JPM wants to hide it better, so maybe they wait until the last moment of Friday. Friday's a half day too, right? Don't we stop trading at like 2 o'clock or something on Friday? Got that SPY pin working its magic. Those SPY calls are printing. You guys watching this? Quinn, you can see the levels here. And you've got clear skies below Quinn to $30 or below 30. If you break 30, I'd expect a reaction there. Oh, your Mara Bears. Got it. Guys are crazy. So this is interesting to see, right? When you see this blue up here, that means that these buyers are moving right up in on this, they're really targeting right now. So you can see down here you get 750,000 veritably, 750,000 buyers versus 662,000 sellers. You can see that we're probably going to rip into close here. Probably going to see a nice fat rip into close on the SPY. Yeah, so the JPM collar was done in pre-market at 8 a.m. in September on Thursday, I think. No, was it Thursday or Friday? 8 a.m. on the SPX, right? No, it's just what that's just their hedge. That's what they do to hedge. GS has their own way that they hedge. Each bank hedges their own way. You saw one hedge come in earlier this week. There was a hedge that came in on Monday at 8 a.m. I think, or no. So you remember that dip on Monday at 2 o'clock in the afternoon, what 2:30 or 2:45? If you look in the options chain, you saw a hedge come into the market, and the market dipped. Market no. So what happens is that when you get billions of dollars, what happens is this: is you get all these. You get, let's say you get like 8 to 10 banks, and they place calls and puts, buy and sell calls and puts, billions of dollars worth by end of week. And that sets us up for range expansion. And then these banks fight, and they fight over which direction we're heading, right? And then you follow them, whichever direction they're taking us, unless we have unknown events. That's why you always hear markets hate unknown events. Doesn't matter if they're positive or negative. The market hates it because the banks are trying to steer us in a specific direction. Yeah, it was 15 minutes into the trading day of 9:30. SPX executed in the pit, so not pre-market. Thanks for that update, Bob. That's good to hear. And they've had problems in the past doing this too, right? All these banks try to hide this stuff so they don't disrupt the markets, and so they try to hide the actual trades. Like they won't trade these things at normal strikes. They'll do them at like half strikes. They'll try to bury them, but they end up disturbing the markets. We were so intertwined now, and there's so much information changing hands that everyone wants to know what they're doing before they make their moves. You know, it's just kind of a weird thing. It's like, you know, there's no calls in the market. There's no calls in the market right now for January, February, March, April, May, June, July. So you're looking for these big banks to make these positions to open up range expansion. The interweb says Friday full day. I don't think Friday's a full day for. I'll look that up. I thought we were only a half day. I could be wrong on this, of course. But I thought Friday we were. Look that up. I can't remember. I can never remember. You are correct. So we are open for New Year's Eve until 4:30. I doubt that I will be here with you at 4:30 on New Year's Eve. Bond market will close early at 2 o'clock. The bond market will close early at 2 p.m. Thursday and stay shuttered Friday. On New Year's Eve, the stock markets will be open while the bond market closes at 2. Does that mean that we stay open from 4 to 6 as well? I need to look at holiday hours. I think I posted this information last week and then I've totally forgot it myself. Let's see, Thanksgiving. You are absolutely right. We just trade right through, huh? Woof. So I kept thinking we only had a half day on New Year's. Okay. Well, that sucks. I was gonna take off the half a day. Wonder about after hours on. Let me see. What is this? So I would assume that we're open until 6 then on Friday for after hours trading. That's what I would think. Or to 8 p.m., right? Not 6. Or at least for the New York Stock Exchange for National will probably still be open until 8. That is important information to know. Tesla's drilling. You guys are crazy saying Tesla's drilling. Look at this. We're going straight up to 478 on the SPY. Got to pin that 478. Tag that 478 into close. Anybody think we hit 4,800 into the close? Or do they just park it right here? Show me that 47. Now show me 4,800. Now I don't want 478. You should just tag 480 and get it over with. Look at that, 478. Ting! Ting! To the pin at 3:32. 3:32 p.m. 478. Just wrap the pull. Now show me 4,800. Do it today. Just get it over with. Look at the Hero Index. We're now up to 863,000 shares being traded. Just burn it up. I gotta watch the flow right now. See what's going on with the flow. I bet there's a bunch of hedges coming in right now. And there are. Okay. So you guys want to know this probably. These are important. You've got January 19th, MS. So that's Mike Sierra, MS, 119, 100 puts for $1.8 million. You've got AXP, June 17th, 150 puts for $1.2 million. I got a bunch rolling in right now because of where we are. You guys ready? I've got XLE, June 30th, 60C. That's for one contract for $1 million. Another contract for $693,000. So XLE, that's a big one, okay? If you buy, let's say, a call spread for something like that, that's a pretty good one right there. XLE call spreads, or calls, 60C, $1 million and $693 million. See if I can find any others. This is a great one. There's a good one. You guys ready for this one? This is really good. So we've got QQQ, February 4th, 402C. That's a call for $800,000. You want to see the stuff like this right in these moments right now. Tesla, January 7th, 1220C. Woo! Someone with balls of steel. XBI, January 7th, 114C for 100 grand. That's a good one too. I like that one. Viacom, January 21st, 32.5C for 18 grand. I like that one too. Those were 36 cents each. Someone's got Viacom on their list. There's another one. Looks like a call spread because they got January 21st, 31C for 35 grand. Whole bunch of call flow into Viacom, VIAC. This one's interesting. Someone put a call in for BBD. So Bravo Delta, 617. 3.5 is the strike. $3.50. It cost them 35 cents. They spent $82,000. That's an insider trade right there. Guaranteed. For a penny stock, for a shit dollar stock, someone just spent 80 grand. And that was Bravo Delta. What else do we have here? Next one, it's MDLZ. So Mike Delta, Lima, Zeta. June 17th, 67.5C. They spent $300,000 on that trade. That's a good trade. That's a size trade. Starting to see some expansion on Tesla calls. January 7th, 1150s. $500,000. Here's a sweet one. We talked this morning about TGT, Target, right? Someone just traded 1231, 227.5 for 130 grand. Oh shit, this is an ugly one. You guys are going to want to hear this one. ARK K, January 19th, $1.6 million. 94, wait a minute here. What is this? 94.22 puts. I gotta look this one up here. Damn. RK. Getting pinned. Let's look at that one real quick. January 19th. What is all this wonkiness? That's really weird. The strike is saying it's 94.22. That doesn't make any sense. It's 713 at $22. 1.6 million. I gotta look at RK and see if they're pinning this again. I think the numbers are coming through wonky on this one. But it's January. Oh no no no. Oh no no. You ready for this one? I got this one wrong. So in Flow Algo, right? Not Flow Algo. Scratch that. Hold on one second. It's for January 19th of 2024. Someone dropped $1.6 million on 94.22 puts at $22 each. Damn. That sucks for RK. They just don't like RK, do they? I gotta scratch that off the list. Just nasty. Nasty, they're gonna kill RK. They're gonna murder RK right here. 12:36. They put that in at 12:36 though. That was this afternoon. That's not so bad. Gonna try to murder RK. Someone does not like Kathy Woods. I'll post the Tesla calls right now for you guys on Twitter. And I'll post, you got a bunch more MU calls out there, so any guys that are on MU, I'm going to post those right now for you. Now you got $2.1 million on MU calls. That's nice. I like to see that. You like to see that if you're in MU. I'm going to post MU first. So you guys can see that. That's healthy. That's what you want to be seeing on a ticker like MU. That's a nice solid day for MU. Can't complain about that trade in MU. And I'm going to post some XLE stuff for you here in a second as well. We called out some, no, I think we called it XLF this morning. So I'm going to show you guys the Tesla trade. This is good to see some expansion of Tesla. This will help Tesla to be able to trade higher, but it's still not enough. You really want to see like 26 million, 30 million, 50 million. You want to see a lot more. Man, RK can't get a break. Can't catch a break. I do like this XLE call. I like the XLE trade. That's on my short list. The XLE trade's been going on for a couple weeks now. I'll post the XLE trade next. Man, RK can't catch a break. Still not a lot of flow today. Not a lot of hedging. Not as much as I'd like to see. Yeah, 478 will be the pin for today. You guys can think about 480 being a pin for Friday on the SPY. They'll try to move it up a couple points. It would be nice to see it come down. If we came down to 476 and then rode up to 480, that would be a nice trade. But I mean, this trading's been brutal. There really isn't any money right here to be made. I mean, you can this wasn't a bad trade to close right here, but even still, this is still all range bound stuff, right? So if you're trading uh, flies or condors, it's great. And I think the condor I talked about this morning was a 480, so you would still be within that if you had bought that, or the fly. The fly I talked about this morning had a top of 480 and a bottom of 472, or a range of 480 and 472. And I don't think the range expansion on SPY gets bigger than 8 points into Friday. Maybe you guys do. Yeah, Kathy hedged against Kathy. Similar bet was just put on MS. Yeah, that those puts didn't seem, so those puts weren't really low. They weren't at like $50 or anything, or at $40. It looks like more of a pinning strategy than anything. It doesn't look like it's meant to destroy ARK. It just looks like it's meant to tell ARK you're not going anywhere. So does that mean it's going to pin ARK for a whole year? 2 years? I'd assume that it's just fighting between banks. Maybe Bill knows more about this. If he's, or Rob or Bill, if they're here, why would you buy puts above the current price for 3 years out? Buy low, sell lower. Yeah, that's my trade on. That's what I don't want to do. You know, what would suck would be to buy hood at like 15, $16, $17, and then have it trade down to $10. That would melt my face off. I would cry. I still think you see hood lower as of Friday, or unless that lizard guy who's the CEO buys it. Scumbag. Won't even say his name. The Qs are pumping. Outstanding. TQQ up. So what was the title of my video? So my video, not title, but what was the theme of my video last night? My daily brief for last night was talking about, are we in a bearish context? And I said no. I said, if anything, you want to hedge. But I said, we're not in a bearish context yet, and you can't take that bearish stance. So if you're bear, you're getting wrecked right now, right? You're getting straight wrecked. You're getting destroyed. We talked this morning at the open at 9:30 about, I talked to you this morning and gave you support and resistance levels, right? I said you buy these dips and you sell these rips. So we had two tags on the first support level at 476.34 on the SPY, right? I gave you the 4500, 4550 as I gave you 4500 as actual support, but then I gave you your first support as 47.6.34. Both times we touched it, we went up today. And then I gave you your two sell the rip numbers as 47.8.76 and 4800. So you should have had two good plays on SPY today if you were playing buy the dip today. So I don't know if any of you guys played buy the dip on SPY. Talked about putting a hedge on because yes, we are at big resistance. And we know we had a pin on 478 today. We know we have a pin at 480 on Friday. We know JPM hasn't done their thing. GS hasn't done their thing. We'll know too if we don't see the hedging come out for the big banks, we'll see it in smaller flow coming through. We'll know at that point. That'll be the tip of the hat that the hedging has been done. MU getting froggy. Let's look at MU. Yeah, you guys go back to the morning video. Yeah, there goes MU, baby. Woohoo! Right at the end. Clutch. MU's like a rocket ship right now. Giant green bar straight up. So MU turns into a winner to some extent. Let's see if MU can make $100 before close. That would be rad. And these are, you guys want to know what that green bar is on MU? That's dealers buying, hedging on MU possibly going to 100. So dealers have to hedge these calls. This is a buy order into close. It's forced buying in case we actually do go to 100. That's good to see. Right on, right on. Always like to see this. You might get your breakthrough. You might actually gap up tomorrow. This is interesting as well. You're seeing some sellers come in down here at 97. Which is kind of funny. Anybody that said MU, good job. I'm sure some of you are panic selling right now. I think as long as the interest stays in MU, if you can see continued call flow in the coming days, you'll see MU get up to $100. It might not be today. It might be into next week. This could be the start too of their ER trade. Or no, they just had their ER, didn't they? They had their ER recently on the 20th, I think. And then they announced the dividend. 5-cent dividend or something. You got the Qs are climbing the wall of worry. VIX is just getting stomped, getting pounded in the ground. This will be interesting to see the VIX getting pounded into the ground. And I guess you can make a case for us going down if we keep dropping this much. SPY just tagged 478.56. Where's that guy that was in the feed earlier talking about how everything was going to crash? Is he still around? Did he lose all his money? Is he broke again? Yeah, I don't know. You got the VIX right now. So the VIX is really low right now, and you got a pin for 480 on Friday. You have a light pin for Friday. For SPY, you're going to be looking for volatility on hedging. You're going to be looking, dips on hedging and volatility on some of these, or so not the hedges, but the shorts. Dude, almost 480, $1.50 off, $1.44 off of 180 or 480. Damn it. I am, just a heads up, that I am seeing some light MU puts coming in at the bell. There's MU calls coming at the bell. And some MU puts. I see February 18th 100C on MU for $200,000, and then I saw January 21st 87.5 puts coming in. Diamond hands, baby. Expect more of the same tomorrow, boys and girls. I'd be expecting the SPY to come down tomorrow to 476 and then back up to 480. Buy the dip, sell the rip. We're in a trading zone here. There have been no changes. Nothing. Nothing's changed. Trade that zone. All right, I'm going to check off right now. You guys all have a great day. Still the holidays. Want all of you guys to have, some VIX calls. Might be time for some VIX calls. It wouldn't surprise me to see us trade back down to support again tomorrow and then trade back up into Friday at 480. Yeah, they couldn't ramp it to 480. It's all bullshit right now. It's quiet. It's all quiet on the Western Front. So all of you guys have a great afternoon. If anything changes overnight, I'll do another video. If not, I'll see you guys in the morning for a live stream at the bell. In the morning, I gave you guys. You know what I'll do is I'll post the zones for you to be trading. It's been going in. We've been trading in this zone all week long. Monday, Tuesday, today, Wednesday. We are at the top of that zone right now. Just so you know, that trading zone. So if you were thinking I'm going to take another long into close into Thursday, I don't know. That's a tough one. We're tight. We're trading in a really tight range with not a lot of expansion coming into the market. You guys all have a great day. Quinn, take it easy, brother. You guys all have a wonderful afternoon. I appreciate all the support out there. Please like and subscribe if you are becoming a better trader, if you're learning anything, if you want to see this free subscription stay free and you can help donate, please donate in the description box. If you don't like donating through PayPal, on my Twitter handle at Captain's Alpha, pinned at the top is a way for you to also donate to keep this channel alive. I'm trying to improve it all the time. Donate what you can. And so that I can be here and live stream with you in the mornings and at critical pivot points. We're also going to be starting a very small Discord, a very, very small Discord to develop some better stuff. And then we're putting out some free trading classes as well. You should see this channel, this free subscription grow. And the community is a really good community. It's a lot of people trying to help each other. We try to keep the people out that are just snarky. Try to keep the people out that are just negative. We're trying to make money here. That's the plan for this sub. Try to learn basic trading strategies that are effective. that you guys can be profitable on. So keep sticking around. It's going to get better. This is a brand new sub. This has only been going on for a couple weeks. So you'll see if you're seeing what you're seeing now, expect more than what we have that I've done so far. You'll see some vast improvement in the coming weeks. Okay, and as you guys move forward, you remember this. Remember this. A lot of you guys out there that have only been trading for a year or two, if things get really crazy around the stock market, make sure that you're these long only meme guys out there, these pumpers and shit. A lot of these guys have no idea how to trade markets that trade sideways. They haven't been trading for 10 years, 12 years, 20 years. You need to be following guys like that, women like that out there that have been trading for a long period of time, because trading will become more difficult into 2022. If you thought 2021 was difficult, it's going to get harder next year, I promise. Okay? Keep your chins up, noses down, chins up. Have a great day. Take the rest of your night off. Just relax, get away from the market. And I appreciate and look forward to speaking and seeing and talking to all you guys in the morning, okay? Have a great night.